Hey everybody, so I am back to briefly discuss the film Coins for Christmas. A few years ago, I did a video about the fact that this film has two sequels. One is called Coins for Love, and the final one is called Coins Forever. And I did a video just letting everyone know the release of the last film, Coins Forever, was going to be approaching. However, I was looking at my YouTube analytics recently, and I noticed that someone out there is watching that video, and I don't know if it's because it's the holiday season and individuals are interested in hearing a discussion about the film. So I said, you know what, let me finally actually watch the film and get on here and do a discussion. And I did watch the film, and I have to say I was not disappointed. Now, this film follows two main characters. The first main character is Madison, who is played by the wonderful actress Essence Atkins, and the second main character is Alec, who is played by the actor slash retired baseball player Stephen Bishop. Many of you may be familiar with Essence Atkins from a lot of things. As a matter of fact, she currently has a TV series going on right now. I remember seeing her originally in the TV series from many years back called Smart Guy. Now, Stephen Bishop, he is not only a retired baseball player, but he too has been getting his acting on, okay? And one of the series you may remember him from is the TV series Girlfriends. With that being said, this film follows mainly the character Madison. Madison is a mother to two children. It seems as though she is very independent, taking care of her family, working at a bookstore. However, she quickly learns from the bookstore owner, who happens to be played by the comedian Rodney Perry, that she would be laid off with pretty much no severance pay. So this leaves the character Madison in a very tough situation and around Christmas nonetheless, but still trying to maintain the holiday spirit and not worry her children so much. She pretty much reassures them that she can still get the gifts they want. And when she attempts to get one of the gifts that was requested by her children, her card was declined. I guess her credit or debit card or whatever was declined. So she gives the bank a call and quickly learns that the IRS has taken her money. And not only has the IRS taken, I guess, would be her income, but the IRS also took some sort of inheritance that she had received from both of her parents. Come to find out, her ex-husband, who is played by the actor Karen Riley, and the character name is Jake, come to find out her ex-husband Jake did not pay some sort of property taxes, and unfortunately they came after her finances, probably because of the fact that they were married when they acquired it. So Madison does confront her husband, Jake, about the entire situation and is quickly disappointed because Jake is still chasing a dream rather than, I suppose, maybe in Madison's eyes, finding something stable to do and bring in consistent income to support the family, but also to help her get back her money that the IRS took. So, without giving up too much of the film, you have this mother of two children, Madison, who clearly is used to being the breadwinner since her divorce, and maybe even prior to her divorce, as it seems as though the man that she was dealing with was such a dreamer and still is a dreamer, and not even just a dreamer, just someone who's ambitious and has this type of entrepreneurial endeavor that he wants to pursue but hasn't quite paid off and therefore is not paying the bills, whereas Madison has to more so live in reality and has to work to make sure she make ends meet. So you have this dynamic, and she's pretty much broke at that point, but then she has two children who desire things for the holiday, and not only that, they need a roof over their head, they need the bills to be paid. So Madison enters the situation, um basically being transparent with her children, letting them know, hey, here's the situation, but mommy has you. And the children, what I like about this film is that the children wants to help their mother. They want to help their mother. They want to work. And Madison is like, no, no, that's not going to happen. That's not what she would want. They're just minors. They should be focused on school. She doesn't want them to work. However, her children, Jackie and Chloe, have it in their minds that they're going to get a job, and it's not just to get their gifts. It is to help each other as siblings, but also help their mother out. And I love the way that that story in particular transpires in this film. So I really see this film as being a non-superficial type of film, even though it is about Christmas. And of course, many of us, perhaps when we think about Christmas, we think about gifts because of the commercialism of it all. But what I like about this film is that her children were not that superficial. They really wanted to make a living. They wanted to get some sort of part-time job to be able to help their mother because they saw how hard their mother worked and how much their mother loved them. And they just wanted to be able to pick up the slack. But of course, as a mother, Madison did not want her minor children to get a job, especially not on her behalf. And so she did a gig as an Uber driver, and that is where things got fascinating. And that's how she met Alec, the retired football player, who in his own world, okay, it looks like he has it all together. He's a retired football player, so you would think he has money put away, but apparently he must have been living beyond his means, and he probably wasn't smart about his money because apparently he was going broke. And so therefore, he was trying to figure out what would be his next move, and the venture that he was taking on, going on interviews to be a sports commentator, just was not working out. So this is how the two of them met in terms of her being an Uber driver, and that is where things took off. So I don't want to give away too much of the film for those of you who have not seen it. I like how this film set us up for the next film because I feel like the first film, Coins for Christmas, is really giving us an idea of who these characters are and the backstory as to why they move the way they move. For example, with Alec, we understand that he's a retired football player. He must have experienced some sort of fame because even when Madison first met him, she recognized him for being someone in the sports industry, but she didn't know exactly what. I believe she thought he played for the New York Knicks, whereas he's actually a retired football player. So we see that he has an arrogance about himself, a sense of I guess an inflated ego based off of what he once was, but who he once was is no longer carrying weight, and we see that as he attempts to get a career as a sports commentator. We also understand, according to the film, that he's living in the shadow of his father as well. The things that his father taught him, he still carries with him, despite the fact that his father apparently is no longer around. And whatever those things were that was said to him is still taking a toll on him, which has created like this hard shell that he carries around. Meanwhile, we have the ex-husband, who I also don't think is, this evil man that just doesn't want to help his family. He's just someone with ambition, and unfortunately his priorities are jacked up. Okay, to get it right, his priorities are just jacked up, and he should be handling his business, but instead he went after an entrepreneurial venture, which we later on learn pays out. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But with that being said, I love about this film the most is the fact that they did not make the main characters get together in this film. They leave us with the understanding that the two main characters, Madison and Alec, have this attraction to one another, but we do not get to see this attraction actually acted upon by either party. So I am very excited to continue to watch the second and third film, because the first film definitely set us up for sequels. Or for a sequel, because I haven't seen the second film yet, so I'm hoping to see the second film and get back on here and discuss it. So that is it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section about this film, and I will talk to you all soon. Peace.